What a day, what a day. What's up, man? It is December, 18th? Yeah. 2025. It's crazy, bro. The year just fucking flew. Feels like the last week has been flying. But yeah, man, man, what are you doing? Damn, dog. Sounds like you're doing something. Anyway, yeah, man, I, just been taking the time, like, to do some reflecting and just kind of get my mind right and think about some things. And yeah, man, I'm actually really happy about this year. I really am. I done some things that I've never done before, and I like to say that I'm further along than what I would have been in the previous years, just from learning and observing and taking in information. I feel like over the years I've taken in a lot of information, and next year is going to be that year, or the year that I utilize and triple down on all the information and stuff that I've gathered around this year. So this last month is pretty much like my planning month. Like, it's me cramming down and like figuring out what my goals are gonna be and how to fucking crush them. Shout out to the homie Matt, bro. Like, I talked to him. He lets me. We speak like every month type shit. I actually need to text him so we can speak this month, but we usually talk for about like an hour or so. And he was telling me about putting certain systems and stuff in place, because it usually just kind of separates the people that don't and do become successful. And I feel like I know for a fact, I know wholeheartedly I can do this shit. I'm quite confident in my capabilities. It's just me putting the systems in that's like the only matter, and me utilizing said systems to essentially get me where I need to be. Because I've seen some people in real time, bro, that I've known and been watching for a little bit, actually, you know, are doing this shit. Like, they look super dope. And I want to be that successful person. Like, I want to be an international act. I'm gonna be, and I'm not gonna let a single motherfucker stop me. With that being said, the reason I'm like putting out this video is just kind of, like I said, just to reflect, set some goals for myself, and hold myself accountable to essentially, like, you know, I can look back on this and be like, yeah, nigga, you did that shit. You did that. You really did. Try not to cuss as much. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, you really did that, bro. Because coming to next year, I got the Freestyle Fridays coming, where I have to drop every Friday from the day that I start. Otherwise, I got to cut my hair off. I'm going to start re-promoting Obeezy, because why not? It was a song people loved. And I think I just need to properly promote it and market it. I also want to, you know, throw a couple events. Like, I want to make the WOW show even bigger than last year. I want to make my birthday bash even bigger, and maybe another event, or I do like a collaborative event with someone. I think I definitely want to do a collaborative event for sure with someone, because I told myself I want to throw 3 events, or at least help manage an event or something. That's something I actually do like. I also want to expand the empire and give them incentives and ways to grow. I want to build with my community and my audience. Just a select few things. My biggest thing is I really know I can, and I will be making a living from my music. Aiming for starting off at least I know I have to make equivalent to what I make in my current employment, to at least be sustainable enough. But also, I want to start off with like 6 figures. I know that's not gonna be something that happens overnight. Hell, it may take me another year or 2, but I know that it's feasible. I know that I can fucking do it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not letting the motherfucker stop me. I can't even. I won't even let me stop me at this point. I won't. I refuse. I won't take anything lesser. With that being said, just kind of want to go over this year, some of the good, some of the bad. I like to start off with the bad because, you know, it's always good to end off on a good note. One thing that sucked was I was in a relationship for about 3 years, and you know that ended back in, I want to say July. like late June, maybe early July, somewhere around that time. And that really sucked. It was like my first like serious relationship. So there's definitely some things that I learned about myself and approaching future situations for sure. There's definitely, like I said, there's a lot that I learned about myself, both good and bad, that I want to improve upon, like, just not only for myself, but for whoever my future partner is. And that means the world to me. That really does. Because at first, I was a little bit younger. Like, I didn't really see myself, like, just settling down or getting married like that or something like that. But that's something that I'm definitely not, like, I would love to do. But I know that does take work. I mean, everything takes work. I mean, what doesn't take work? What worthwhile doesn't take fucking work? But yeah, that threw me off for a little bit of time, for like at least a month or so. Because especially when the fact you spend so much time with the person and you get to know them, and then like you never know what your last interaction is going to be with a person. You never, who's to say, I mean, not saying like, who's to say we never run into each other again. I wish him the best still. I have no animosity toward him. But who's to say that, you never, like, you made that interaction with a person may be your last one. So it's crazy how that works, because you just never know. But yeah, that sent me for like a month or two that I was kind of down about that, but I bounced back though, and I think I ended the year on a pretty good note. And then also, like, other thing too, I was looking back at some of my previous years. Man, I remember the first time getting depression. I feel like I'm maybe oversharing, but I mean, this is my video, so who cares? Like getting depression for the first time. I mean, I had points when I was down, I was like in high school and into college, but like I didn't really experience that until later in my life, like after like college years type shit. Like, so when it hit me, that shit hit me hard. That, I mean, when I say I'm serious, that's an entire year. That's an entire year where I have not really much recollection of at all. I mean, I guess you can say that about you being like super young, like as a kid. But it wasn't too far enough. I mean, because I'm going to say it was like maybe 3 years ago. Which I partially do think, maybe I should have but I think over time I got better, but maybe I should have waited a little bit to get into a relationship until I felt like slightly better about myself. But I maybe at a point where I was kind of just coming out of it. Yeah, I like to say that, yeah, man, like there was an entire year, bro, like I just have no recollection, like lasted for a year and a half, where I was literally just going to work. I may go to the gym, I may make some music, and then I would go home and go to sleep. I would go to work, go home, go to sleep, go to work. That lasted for, like I said, almost up to a fucking year. And no one really knew. I mean, I had a couple friends I would talk to about, but since it was like new territory for me, I really didn't, I don't know, I didn't know how to approach it. I didn't really want to conversate with anybody. Because I didn't want to start to feel like, not really a burden per se, but just that one friend like who's just always seems like a downer, which is kind of fucked up because I'm not usually like that. I'm always up and I'm trying to uplift the people around me, typically, especially the homies, man. Like, I mean, that means the world to me, and it's nothing like watching the homies win and, seeing them do cool shit, or seeing them get married, or seeing them do the things that they've always wanted to do, or just all of that. And since I was always usually a positive person, like it started to make like I didn't want to feel like I was just being a downer all the time. But yeah, man, I was really like, bro, I would go home, go to work, go to sleep. Then I would wake up. I would go to sleep at times that I wouldn't even normally go. I would go to sleep early just so I didn't have to think about the day. Like, knowing the next day is coming anyway, and I still got to deal with my problems, it just felt more comforting just to go home and go to sleep at like 9 or 10 p.m. and then wake up at 10 a.m. Like, I didn't even need 12 hours of sleep because I was tired. It was just mostly because I didn't want, I don't know, I just didn't want to. Not saying like, I don't say like this, not saying like I'm not saying like unalive, but like saying shit. Say that like I'm saying that to say I did like almost like I didn't want to exist type shit. I mean, like I said, not like that I wanted to die like that. I mean, like that's not. It ain't, I don't think it got as far as that per se, but I don't know. I think whoever's watching this, if you are watching this, I feel like you probably understand where I'm coming from. Where you're just like, you're alive, but you don't want to necessarily be here type shit. It's like a weird ass state of limbo. I don't know, but I went through that shit for like a year and a half, and it was just like most of my life. I mean, not most of my life, but most of that, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then even then, like I think over the years, it was like a couple of years where I feel like I was kind of just coasting through things, trying to figure stuff out, trying to come up with a game plan, and keep falling out of the game plan and jumping back on, and just really inconsistent. And this year, I will say, to end things on a good note. And this year, I will say, I ended things on a good note. I mean, I actually set up systems in place to where, you know, I dropped freestyles consistently for about 20 weeks straight. You know, I've been working with more people. I've been getting paid for features. I've been getting paid for shows. I've been throwing my own events and getting paid for that, paid off merch. And no, it hasn't been like a shit ton of money. Like I will say, it probably was no more this year than probably $5,000, if even that. If I'm being honest, it was probably like maybe 1 to 2 paychecks from my job this year I made for music. If I'm being transparent as possible, but that's still more than what I think I would have made last year, and it's still something. I can multiply that by something. You can turn, like, you can't multiply nothing and get something. So I have something to go off of, which that makes me happy as hell. Yeah, like doing the Deep Ellum Block Party and then getting these nominations and stuff for the Entertainment Awards, which I know I'm going to win an award, mark my words, watch this. And also just even planning this year and setting up a 2-year plan. Like I know things don't go exactly as planned, but at least if you have like an outlet, you have something to go off of and, you know, chase. Or attract, rather. Yeah, I would say it's been a good year. I learned a lot about myself. And even just putting together content consistently and attracting new fans and like feeding the empire. I definitely want to expand the empire for sure and come up with certain systems. Like my YouTube channel's grown. Like I'm doing, I think it's been a good start off this year to learn like, oh wow, bro, you actually can do this YouTube shit and you still can do your music without compromising yourself too much and doing too many things. I know this is probably going to be a rather long video, probably one of my longest, but I may do this like once a month just to check in, set some goals, watch it myself, even if no one watches. But yeah, 2026 will be a good year for me. Watch, you will see. Some of my goals, like I said, is throw a couple, make sure my next events I throw turn out pretty well, do a collaborative event. I would love to get a show out of state, that'd be super dope. And I really want to start generating more income from my music. And I'm not saying that to sound greedy or anything, but just because like, hey, you want to live this life, you got to do shit to attract and live this fucking life. And yeah, I met some people in my life who I've seen do this. I've recently met someone. She's amazing. I'll mention that later. But yeah, she's doing her own thing and like living off her craft, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And I just want to surround myself around people who just are really fucking go-getters. And I know what I am and I know what I want. And for the first time in my life, I will say, it took me a little bit of time, but for the first time in my life, like, I actually feel like, damn, I know exactly what I want. Like, I know I wanted to do music, but I didn't necessarily know how to get there, or how exactly to do it. It just felt like, okay, this is this. Hold on. Yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, here's here, then it's down here, and you're like, clearly this is your goal, but it's always working backwards to get to where you want to be, to that goal, to that ceiling, and then even surpassing that ceiling. So it's working backwards to slowly climb your way up the step ladder. And then sometimes you trip. You fucking trip and hit your shin or hit your kneecap. And you gotta, dust yourself off shit, get right back up and do the shit again. It may not go exactly as you want it to. But I welcome it all, man. Like, I know for a fact, I said this before in the playback, but I know for a fact that if I just surround myself around the things that I just really want, as far as the people, as far as the people, as far as the opportunity, as far as environment, I know for a fact, I'm quite confident I'll get to where I need to be. And like I said, even seeing people and meeting people in my life recently, it's funny. I've recently met someone she's crushing it, which you know who you are, and she lives strictly from her craft, and I respect it. There's some other people I know who like live off of their craft and stuff like that, and that's an amazing thing, and that's where I want to be. That's what I want, and I won't take anything less than that. That's me making a promise to myself and anyone who's a fan of me watching right now, making a promise to them, and I just want to hold myself accountable. That's one of the main reasons I'm even making this video as well. Whether someone watches it or not, that's hit or miss, but I don't know. I may clip this and stuff. I don't really know, but I just want to be able to go back and look like, okay, yeah, bro, you did the shit you said you were gonna do, and you didn't take shit from nobody, and you didn't even take shit from yourself. And yeah, for the first time in my life, I can say that, like, I would say it, and I don't know if it was like an imposter syndrome or having to trick myself into believing, but this is like the first time in my life I actually feel confident in my future. And I will say that, yeah, man, I still get nervous sometimes about things. Like, I know there's some people that's just like, they're like not worried at all, but sometimes, yeah, I feel like it's a very human response, like, to be nervous about the unknown, you know. But it got to the point where it does require at least a little bit of delusion. I wouldn't say delusional to the point where you like fucking up everything around you and destroying things within your wake just for the sake of being delusion, but at least enough delusion to where you're like, no, you truly believe in the shit that you really want to do, and I really want to do this, and I know that I can. I pray every night, man, like that, bro, like, I can fucking do this. I got God on my side, and I got people around me who believe in me, and that's all. I feel like that's the perfect start. That's all you need. You just gotta believe, bro. I don't know if that sounds corny or not, but that's all. But yeah, man, I feel like I've talked way longer than what I needed to. I need to go to this fucking gym before I not end up going. But yeah, I may check in and do this once a month just to kind of reflect and stuff and see where I am. But yeah, if you watched this far, man, I appreciate the fuck out of you. Like, because you didn't even have to watch this. You could have been doing anything else. So I appreciate you, man. Other than that, have a great year. Do some amazing shit. Do something you wouldn't even usually do. Because you, my friend, you amazing. Just gotta believe that you are. Or just be amazing. Bye.